event here. Jon Moxley, CM Punk.
This was
world champion.
I'm going to give them credit. This was a good main event. I liked it.
But I'm going to give it an orange cap for these thumbs down.
I'm going to give it a full thumbs up. I thought this was a lot betterly paced, structured. The crowd was super into it. I just like this better.
I was not a fan of this.
I kind of like Moxley being a little heel. It was good. I thought he plays a fun heel. I just like this match.
The only thing is that, okay, Jon Moxley didn't bleed out his fucking head, but
CM Punk did. He was wearing white gear for a reason.
Can we please stop with the fucking blood? That's unnecessary. Please. Can we just have like a good wrestling match that doesn't have blood in it? But
I hate being this guy, but I'm surprised that Moxley didn't bleed because usually
he's the one that bleeds.
I know, but Punk bleeding. It's like Punk is wearing white gear. So one of the two is gonna bleed. It's almost obvious on what's going to happen there. But I thought that the pacing of this match was actually really good. It actually helped with Punk's definite injury.
Yeah.
Despite him now being the fucking world champion.
All right, so let's talk about the fact that now he is world champion.
God.
Right. So obviously he is a temporary world champion because, of course, as we alluded to earlier, the person who won the casino ladder match was the Joker, who turned out to be MJF, as Peanut Gallery, had correctly predicted. It was MJF. And MJF is now going to be challenging CM Punk for the World Championship.
When we have no idea. But at the same time, why?
But it makes sense. It makes sense. Because you don't want... You want CM Punk, the face, versus MJF, the heel. The storyline-wise, it makes congruent sense. That's the only reason why I thought that was a good idea.
I am going to say one thing that would make this entire experience infinitely more majestic because it's really not that hard. And I want Tony Khan to stop hugging people in all of his stands to get his dick out of their mouth and listen to me because it's really not that hard.
But his stands like having dick.
I know. Whatever. Why? This should have been the title unification match. Change literally nothing about this and have the title unification match happen.
I agree.
Now.
I agree.
Because guess what? You have CM Punk or Jon Moxley winning one, and then CM Punk winning one. When's the rubber match?
Right. There is going to be no rubber match.
Have CM Punk win once. WWE waited for John Cena and CM Punk to unify the WWE champions at Money in the Bank. You know why? Because that made sense. You know you're shook when you have to have the Undisputed World Championship match on a Dynamite because you know you're going to get fucked. And guess what? They're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I agree.
That's the only thing that would have made this majestic. Change literally zero about this match here because this match actually turned out to be good. Like I said, here's the thing. Because we're pretty much done with the review. All Out ended up being a good show.
It did. I would give it an orange cast.
I'm going to give it a full thumbs up. I thought, despite it having 15 goddamn matches, the pacing was fine.
Yeah.
Everything made sense, and I thought they actually did an okayish job with it.
They did. Production was up.
100%. The production was good. Certain entrances were really good, really crisp. Some of the decisions of endings was questionable at most, but I just felt like it overall. I enjoyed the experience. Thank God I didn't have to pay for it, but I enjoyed the experience overall.
So anyways, let's talk about next week. We have a couple of special announcements for next week.
So next week is weird. Number one, the show for next week, episode 71, is going to be airing on Saturday, and we're covering Worlds Collide.
We are.
Because we're going to a New Japan show at Sam's Town in Las Vegas. If you're going to be there, we're going to have Goldie come and say hi. if you do watch
that
us.
happens on Sunday, so
We'll cover that show
the
following Sunday
Exactly.
because there are no pay-per-views that week.
Right. And
So-
we always cover live shows. So we are doing the show on Saturday. We're not doing a show on Sunday. Because we're going to be at Samstown. But then the following week, we'll talk about our experience at the New Japan show and miscellaneous other things. So Saturday, look forward to episode 71. Yeah.
And if
Saturday.
you're going to be there for New Japan, obviously come and say hi.
absolutely.
But if you did enjoy this, remember to like, follow, subscribe, become a patron, all that wonderful stuff. We'll use footage on every single show after certain criterion. And as always, be
Majestic.